And number 12, A is equal to -1. That's a reflection in the x-axis. The B, the base of this exponential function, is 1/2. Then our H is up here with the x minus h. Since we don't see anything, h is 0 because x minus 0 would be x. And then the k is our constant at the end, which is a -3. So the base being between 0 and 1 makes this an exponential decay function with a horizontal asymptote at y equals k, which is a -3. So we come over to our graph, and at -3 on the y-axis, we'll go ahead and sketch that horizontal asymptote, y equals -3. Okay, then the domain is all real numbers, -infinity to +infinity for all exponential functions. The range, because we've had a reflection in the x-axis from that a being a negative, the range starts at -infinity and then comes up through but does not include that horizontal asymptote at -3. Okay, the anchor points for our transformations are going to come from the parent graph, which is y equals 1/2 to the x power, and that passes through 0, 1, 1, b, and the b is 1/2, and the -1 reciprocal of b, the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. Okay, then we're going to multiply each of these y values by the a, and our a is a -1. So all of the x's in these coordinates will stay the same, and then the y's are all going to change sign and become negative. Okay, the h is 0, so there's no sense adding h to each of the x values because anything plus 0 just stays the same. So we're going to skip and go then to adding the k, which is -3, to each of the y values for that vertical translation. So the x's will all stay the same, and then -1 plus -3 is -4. -1/2 plus -3 is -3.5, and then -2 plus -3 is -5. So we'll plot those points then on the coordinate plane: 0, -4 for the y-intercept, 1, -3.5, right? We can see that approaching that horizontal asymptote, and then -1, -5. Okay, then I'm going to pick 2 more values for x that I can put in to the equation to find some more guide points. So if I have 1, 0, -1, let's do -2 to get a point to the left side of the points I already have, and I'm going to substitute that in for the x. Okay, so I've got a negative exponent, which means to take the reciprocal, and that would be then a -2 to the second power -3. 2 squared is 4, and -4 minus 3 is -7. So at -2, we come down to -7 and plot a point. Okay, then if I pick another point to the left, since I can see that on the right I'm headed toward that asymptote at -3, so I'm going to go ahead and substitute a -3 in for my x. Again, a negative exponent means to take the reciprocal, so this would be a -2 to the third power minus 3, which is a -8, 9, 10, and 11. So -11. So we're at -3, we come down to -11, and then I can use those as my guide points and approach that horizontal asymptote at -3, and that would be a graph of my function.